We had just slept in Silverglade, and we're just trying to sneak past Steve and everyone else right behind the trailer. And everyone always pretended like we weren't there, but I'm quite sure everyone knew that we were there. Literally everyone. We tried hiding behind the trailer, but that was always hard. So then we just cantered off. We loved running through the fields, meeting other people, racing each other. Issa and I truly were best friends. Olivia, our little Olivia. She was interesting, let's say it that way. She was one of our closest friends too. We were all three best friends. Everyone always called us the Frenchies because we were French. We were always those best friends that always stuck together. We ruled reception because, well, we were the best at building sandcastles. And even if our sandcastles were terrible, we always helped each other. We really were best friends. I loved riding horses since the first day I started riding a horse. I loved Romeo, and I just couldn't stand watching Olivia and Issa just stand there doing absolutely nothing. So I finally managed to persuade them to each try riding, and they loved it so much, I managed to persuade them to get a horse. It was truly a fantastic, epic moment. That day, that time, when I finally persuaded them to get a horse. They loved it so much, we rode every day. There were special places. We found a lot of special places in all that time. Some of those places only Issa and I knew. Some of places it was only Olivia and me. Some places I'm quite sure was only Olivia and Iselin, but they never told me, and that's okay, because we were best friends. Sometimes I had to talk them into doing stuff because I was quite a risk taker. And I was one of those people who sometimes take risks without knowing the consequences. But my friends were always there with me. Whatever happens, we stuck through everything together. That's why we were best friends. So one day we were just having our daily usual running around, visiting our special places, going into the water, which we both absolutely loved, and so did Romeo and Shadow. Shadow I thought was always a dark name, but that's okay. Our horses absolutely loved it, and so did we. I didn't really like messing up my hair. Neither did Issa, so, not helmet, no helmet needed. We'd race down, we'd race each other. I'd mostly always win, but don't tell Issa. And when she did win, sometimes I even let her win, but don't tell her that. Romeo did have a lot more spirit than Shadow. Shadow was quite a calm horse. So yeah, we loved racing the beach. That was one of our favorite things to do. But we had many special places, secret places, that I don't think anyone has ever seen before except us. Maybe other people have, but they've never told us. It's not on the map anywhere to be found. It's not in the world map. It's not even on Google. It was truly one of the best adventures of my life. One of the hardest too. And let me explain why. So one day we were racing. I was kind of winning, and I was even trying to slow down Romeo, but he had a lot of spirit. So what I did was, I finished in Issa. So it was one of our secret places, secret beautiful places, and I'm sure I've told Olivia, I'm sure Iselin has told Olivia some of our secret places, because, you can't keep secrets from your friends. So one day, Iselin, while our riding lesson with Olivia, Olivia was always a little bit late, and so was Issa, but that's okay. She told me we had to meet at our special place, and she sounded so serious, because our secret code for meet me there soon means bye while winking and waving. I don't think Olivia knew it, but I sure did. And it made me nervous. We had riding lessons together, and somehow Olivia would always just show up. Sometimes with the saddle, sometimes without. We always stuck together. It was perfect. Many people thought we were weird and crazy, but that's okay, because we were. It was, it was just amazing. I can't even describe it. That little dog over there, by the way, that's Luna. And Lisa also has a dog called Lukum, and Olivia has a dog called Melba. My dog's called Luna. They were also best friends. It was truly, truly the best time of my life. We would go riding together on lessons for ages. It was just a sign for us to meet in reception. We were always together. We've known each other for 10 years almost now. Our horses were best friends. We were best friends. Our dogs were even best friends. And there comes Olivia without a saddle again. Luckily, we always had a spare one for her. I was always at the front because Romeo did have a little bit more spirit. Olivia's horse Belle was a little bit lazy sometimes, but still the perfect horse for Olivia. A little bit crazy in the mind, too. They fit perfectly together. We would often get very off track, like during our riding during our riding lessons. We'd just canter off racing each other. Of course, they never expected it, so I was always one. I'm quite a competitive person, if you guys hadn't noticed. And our halting still needed a little bit of adjustments. Eastling always knew how to halt Shadow carefully, and then there was me, crashing into the fences. Belle just stopped wherever Romeo stopped. We loved it in Moorland. What was truly a beautiful place. Eastling and Olivia lived really close to each other. Olivia lived in Fort Pinta, and Eastling and Moorland, where everyone else lived. Everyone from school lived at those two places. Then I lived in Silverglade. Silverglade was always so far away. It was in the middle of the city. No one really was ever there. It was quite hard for a long time. We loved running through the sand. It reminded us of how we first met. It has gotten pretty crazy over the years. People have moved, people have come back. We've danced all night long, like Olivia when she moved to Singapore. That was hard for everyone. That was very hard because we never knew when she was going to come back. But we knew when she was here. Sometimes she wouldn't tell us, but we just knew. We loved bringing each other home, so we just raced all the way there. Of course, I was always the fastest one on because Romeo wasn't the tallest. So I galloped off, jumping over fences and sometimes kind of failing the jumps, but you know. Yeah, I can't believe I failed this wall jump. That was a very sad jump. Yeah, Romeo was literally like, buddy, what are you doing? Anyway, back to the story. So we were heading to Fort Pinta and just racing there, having the time of our lives like we always do. And we were trying not to jump off cliffs too much. were bringing Eastline home and Olivia home because Eastline had to go shopping in the Eureka Mall. And Olivia said she'd keep Shadow and Belle together, and I suggested, but of course Silverglade was just too far away. I really did have a lot of trouble in Silverglade. It was far from school, far from Romeo. It was hard. It was really hard. And my parents were thinking of moving. They were thinking of moving to Jarlaheim. But Jarlaheim, I couldn't even keep Romeo. And be so far away from my friends, I could maybe even keep Luna. But Luna would have such a bad time there. It's full of city people, and it's so significant, so fancy. I just don't understand it. How can people live without animals? I don't understand. And I hope I never will have to. Because I hope I'll never have to get rid of Romeo. Or of Luna, for that matter. So, when we were at the bus stop, I was waiting for Shadow and Isa, whose full name is Eastline. And there she goes, she waves and leaves. And Olivia had already taken Belle and Shadow. And that's when I knew I had to go, and I had to go now. I was going straight to Southwolf. Southwolf was the one place where it was special from everything else. I loved going there, even alone. With only Olivia. We'd try and sneak past, but I honestly think everyone saw us. We knew many secret ways. Even the cows looked at us weirdly. We'd always go underneath this rock behind the house, and then we tried to lead our horses. But I don't think that ever worked. There was the open windows that we never expected. I loved Eastline. When we were in 5th grade, she always said, we're not best friends, we're just the longest friends. And I just think she didn't want to admit we were best friends, but who knows? We might not even be best friends right now. I just know we're longest friends, and I hope we never get lost forever. And I hope we always keep in touch. Madison saw us one day, but I winked at her, and she knew she had to be quiet. She even distracted her parents for us. I loved Madison. She was like my little younger sister. But I wasn't as close to her, not even close to as close as I was with Eastline and Olivia. I was really good at jumping. Eastline always had that tense feeling. I used to have it too, but I trusted Romeo. If I had to pick a best friend, it would be Romeo. No offense, Luna, or Eastline, or Olivia for that matter, but Romeo was always there for me, like Eastline was. But so was Luna. She followed us everywhere. When we tried and sneak out once, she barked so loud she woke up the whole house. And then I was worried that they'd know, but somehow she protected me. My dad was about to wake up because he didn't feel so well. And somehow she started barking, and I managed to go back to my room and pretend like I was sleeping. It's like she knew. It was truly a magical bond. She was a very smart dog. Many people didn't think so, but I did. It was funny. I'd run ahead, and then I'd be like, Isa, Olivia, where did you guys go? And I'd always have to run back and find them. And I'd mostly find them in the weirdest places. Like, sometimes I go all the way to Southwolf, all the way back to the farm, and then I'd find her in this house, and I ran past her, and she didn't even notice. Just feeding, casually feeding, brushing, and taking care of her horse. And I was like, Isa, you're supposed to stay with me. That stone circle over there, that's our special place. Almost no one ever went that far out on Southwolf. They never knew what was behind there, but I had the courage to do it, so I did. And with who else than Eastline, Romeo, Lukum, Luna, and Shadow. Olivia was kind of always the third wheel. Me and Olivia, we weren't ever as close as Olivia and Isa, or me and Isa. I don't know why, but we didn't click the second we met. We clicked a little bit after. That might have been it. So there was always a third wheel, and it was hard. Eastline was almost never the third wheel. I don't know how she did it. It was often me or Olivia, and that was okay, because it was never the same person. And we knew it. We knew we were the third wheel. And we always tried to include each other, but it was very hard. The one thing I hoped the most, was to not lose them. When Olivia moved, she told me she was moving back to Singapore right after she was here for 2 years. And I was devastated just to lose one. This tree here is where we'd find magic. And that's when Eastline told me. She told me she was probably going to be lost forever. And I didn't know why.